What would you do if chunks of ice the size of quail eggs suddenly started falling from the sky? On the afternoon of June 16th, residents in Xuanhua District of Zhangjiakou City, Hebei Province, experienced exactly that. A powerful hailstorm swept through the area, unleashing a barrage of ice that damaged vehicles, shattered windshields, and left neighborhoods covered in hail within minutes. Some residents described the scene as one of the most intense hail events they had ever witnessed. One hailstone was even reported to weigh more than half a kilogram. Here's what happened. At approximately 4 p.m. local time on June 16th, a sudden hailstorm struck Xuanhua District in Zhangjiakou. The storm arrived quickly, bringing heavy rain mixed with large hailstones. According to local residents, the event lasted around 20 minutes, but in that short period it caused significant property damage across parts of the district. Witnesses reported hearing continuous loud impacts as hailstones struck rooftops, windows, and parked vehicles. The sound echoed throughout residential neighborhoods as thousands of ice pellets rained down from dark storm clouds overhead. Many people rushed indoors for shelter as the storm intensified. What made this event particularly remarkable was the size of the hail. Residents reported that most hailstones were roughly the size of quail eggs, already large enough to cause damage to vehicles and property. But some pieces of hail were considerably bigger. Videos circulating online showed local residents collecting hailstones after the storm. In one widely shared clip, a citizen weighed a particularly large piece of hail. The measurement reportedly reached 1 jin and 3 liang, equivalent to approximately 650 grams. That is extraordinarily heavy for a hailstone and highlights the strength of the storm system that developed over the region. Images from the scene showed large chunks of ice scattered across roads, yards, and open spaces long after the storm had passed. The most visible damage appears to have been to vehicles. Cars parked outdoors had little protection from the intense hail barrage. Photographs and videos shared by residents showed vehicle hoods and side panels covered in dents. Several cars suffered extensive body damage, with metal surfaces appearing pitted and uneven after repeated impacts. Even more dramatic were the shattered windshields. Multiple vehicles were seen with glass cracked into dense spiderweb patterns, while some windshields were completely broken through. Residents described the damage as resembling a sieve because of the numerous impact points created by the hailstones. For many vehicle owners, repair costs could be substantial. Homes also felt the force of the storm. Residents reported loud pounding sounds as hailstones struck windows, roofs, and exterior structures. In courtyards and residential yards, hail quickly accumulated on the ground, creating layers of ice that remained visible after the storm ended.
妈呀！完了，玻璃砸烂了！我车玻璃砸烂了！朋友们，这真的不是在下雪，这是在下冰雹。我看我的玻璃，好心疼。
One local resident, identified as Ms. Liu, described the frightening experience. She said the hailstorm lasted roughly 20 minutes and produced constant banging sounds on the roof and windows of her home. According to her account, the courtyard soon became covered with ice lumps as hail continued falling. Ms. Liu also shared videos from local WeChat groups that showed damaged vehicles and streets littered with hailstones. For many residents, the suddenness of the storm was one of the most alarming aspects. Conditions changed rapidly, leaving little time for people to move vehicles or take protective measures. Meteorologists had already identified the potential for severe weather before the storm arrived. On June 15th, one day before the event, meteorological authorities issued an orange hail warning covering Xuanhua District and other parts of Zhangjiakou. The warning highlighted the possibility of strong convective weather, including thunderstorms, damaging winds, short-duration heavy rainfall, and hail. The June 16th hailstorm developed within this broader pattern of unstable atmospheric conditions affecting parts of Hebei Province. In nearby Xiaohuayuan Guozhuang, weather observers recorded 24.5 millimeters of rainfall within just 1 hour, demonstrating the intensity of the convective system moving through the region. Forecasters indicated that the weather system was continuing eastward, potentially influencing nearby areas later in the day. As of the evening of June 16th, there were no reports of injuries or fatalities associated with the hailstorm. While the event caused considerable damage to vehicles and property, the absence of reported casualties is encouraging news. Local authorities and residents are now assessing the full extent of the losses as cleanup efforts continue. Meanwhile, videos from dash cams, surveillance cameras, and mobile phones continue to emerge online, providing additional documentation of the storm's impact. Severe weather can develop with remarkable speed, and the hailstorm that struck Xuanhua District serves as a powerful reminder of nature's unpredictability. In just 20 minutes, large hailstones transformed ordinary streets into scenes of widespread damage, leaving behind shattered glass, dented vehicles, and neighborhoods blanketed in ice. As residents begin repairs and recovery, meteorologists continue monitoring conditions across the region for any further severe weather threats. If you found this report informative, please consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and turning on notifications for future disaster and weather updates from around the world. Stay safe, stay informed, and thank you for watching.